What is up, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. My name is Gage. I currently own $800,000 in real estate and I make $6,500 a month in passive income from those units. I own a duplex and I also own a single family townhouse. First of all, most people think that the VA loan is only for military members who have separated. Nope, you can use that VA loan while you're active duty. The only time you need to be in is 90 days. So if you're National Guard, Reserve, or you've served, you're entitled to it as long as you fit that 90 days worth of time. Now, what is the VA loan? So the VA loan is basically a lender getting a promise from the VA that your loan is guaranteed. So whenever you go to buy a house, you're gonna find a lender, you're gonna have a real estate agent. Those are two primary people involved. The lender's gonna collect a number of things from you, LES, bank statements, credit card statements, all of those things. They use those things to qualify you for a purchase amount. Now, what the VA tells that lender, in the case that you were to default on the guaranteed loan that the lender's giving you for a house, is that the VA will cover all charges. Why is the VA loan so appealing to service members, and why can we use it to build our wealth? Well, you can live in a house that's yours and save your BAH and pay less. With this loan, it's absolutely $0 down. There's no private mortgage insurance, so other loans, you have to actually pay anywhere from $200 to $300 for insurance on that loan, which increases your monthly mortgage payment. So not only are you paying $0 down, you don't have to insure the loan. Very competitive interest rates. So the interest rates are primarily lower than what you can get, and they have easier qualification standards. So it is the perfect blend for anyone who's trying to get a home. You can use it for a condo, a single family home. You can also use it for a duplex, a triplex, or fourplex, multi-unit homes. Oh, I don't make enough money to buy $1 million house. Well, the VA is gonna fund you, and then the income for those units of that multi-unit is going to be added to your income to qualify you. Remember that this loan has easier qualification standards. So you can literally be an E5, E4 with BAH, qualify to buy $1 million apartment building, and you have officially entered a new tax bracket. So how did I do it? All right. I'm 22 years old. I see my first property. I make a purchase of that property. I go through the whole process of submitting my document. You need a COE. The COE is your certificate of eligibility. Essentially, this certificate is just proving that you have the ability to use the VA loan because of your military service. Next, use a VA lender. You have to find a lender. So going back to me buying my house, I had a VA lender, NFM Lending, that assisted me with the purchase of my house. While I was stationed, I was driving to work and I was stationed at home, so I was able to buy this house in my hometown, so I already had these connections. If you don't have those connections, it's super easy to do a quick internet lookup. But this VA lender helped me through the qualification process, right? Some lenders are only educated on, FHA loans, non-VA loans. So find a lender that knows the VA loan. They can get you certified and they can get you qualified. Next, before I got that first property, I found an agent. My buddy Mark Stallings is a real estate investor in Baltimore, and he was able to help me out, build my portfolio and teach me about real estate deals. And what he did is he constructed a deal where I actually walked into the property with equity. So what he did is he asked for closing cost assistance, because that's one thing you do have to pay for with the VA loan. Yes, it's $0 down, but with this loan origination, there are fees associated with buying a property. So he helped me through the process, and I was able to learn about, what makes a good future rental, because I'm going to PCS at some point. And then also he wrote a constructive letter. So your realtor has to be really good, because if you find a good realtor, they can write an offer based upon what the VA wants from that house, right? A safe home, something safe for the service members. But also the offer can ask for closing cost assistance, which helps you bring down that payment you have to pay at closing, right? Which is normally taxes, fees, loan origination cost, right? And so he really helped me with this one. And I think I got my first property for like $4,000, right? And walked in with equity. So this term equity is just the value of the house relatively compared to how much you're paying. And so depending upon these closing costs and how much your realtor can get for you, you can walk in with money and the house value go up. So who's involved in the home buying process? All right, so first you have the buyer, which is you, the lender who's giving you the money, your real estate agent who is helping you find the house, and then the VA appraiser. The appraiser is going to come to the property, check it out, and value that house. The VA appraiser is basically confirming that home value because the VA is a protected loan, so you don't want service members getting into a bad deal. Then you have the title company and the escrow officer that's actually writing the contract. And then you have the seller, which is the person you're buying the house from. So if your realtor asks for seller assistance towards closing costs, this is when they come in and they're extremely important, but also your realtor is writing an offer once you find a property. So you've met your lender, you've got a COE, you gave them all your paychecks, all the documents that they want, which is a huge list, and then they told you how much you qualify for. Then you went to a realtor with that letter of qualification, they wrote an offer on a house, and now you're going through this process of actually purchasing. You can use this information to be better educated and use my story to influence and empower you to make this decision. Now, this video isn't about me or my properties or what type of properties I have, but I will make another one. If you have any questions about the VA loan, just ask below.